Welcome back to Sports Connection. We're sticking with softball because it's still spring. We got the Lady Dragons in the house. Assistant coach Amy Childers. We got pitcher and first baseman Haylie Baxter. Parker Hawks, catcher and third base. What's going on, folks?
I'm glad to be here.
Amen to that. Good to see all of you. And hey, here we are heading into district play. It's been a fun season so far. I can't believe it's went this fast, Coach.
Absolutely. I feel like we just started.
That's exactly how it happens, though. So, girls, remember that. You're freshmen, I think, both of you, right? So you got embrace these next 3 years, and they go by quick. Let's start with you, Haylie. How long have you been playing softball?
Since T-ball.
Oh, that's a long time. Yeah. What do you enjoy about the game itself?
I love being out there with all the girls. I just love the game.
Parker, if somebody asks you what your favorite thing about softball is, what would you tell them?
Hanging out with my friends.
Nice.
You know, softball is a very team-oriented sport. I mean, you got to play together. Yes, you can make those individual plays or individual mistakes as well, but it also, you have to come and you have to play together as a team. We don't typically have an assistant coach here on the show, so I'm gonna pester you just a little bit. But just being like an assistant coach, I mean, being at all the practices, all the games, and being a woman in this game, how do you kind of lead this group of girls through all of your trials and tribulations each day?
We just try to encourage the girls to do their best, to give us effort. One of our biggest goals is to make them better people and to use a game of softball to do that. You know, teach them responsibility and following the rules and how to work as a team and how to be responsible to a team. You know, they have to be on time, give effort, have their gear, be prepared not only mentally but physically, drink plenty of water, you know, go to bed on time, those kinds of things. So just really trying to encourage good life goals for them.
And Coach, they've got so many distractions.
Yes,
when you and I were young
Right.
doing it, there wasn't as many distractions.
No.
We found some distractions,
Yes.
but they were not as abundant as they are today. So I know that adds to it. But, you know, let's talk about the team. Very, very young this year.
Very young, yes.
Matter of fact, you know, went out and recruited some players, and it all came together. And you guys have put together some wins, and that's got to feel good.
Oh, absolutely. And we have a great group of girls. You know, I enjoy being with them, and they're keeping me young and keeping me engaged. And for a sport that I love and I've dedicated 90% of my life to. But being around them and learning from them, because they're helping me every bit as much as we're helping them. And it's great. They've got a bright future ahead of them. They really do.
Haylie, I'll start with you and then go to Parker as well. But I mean, being a freshman, being younger, but also kind of being one of the leaders on this team, because there are girls that are younger than you all. How does that kind of push you to kind of be those leaders at such a young age whenever it comes to the team that you're working with the fact there are no seniors and you're one of the ones that's like kind of right there in the middle?
Well, I want them to look up to me because I was in their position at once, and I know how nerve-wracking it can be to go out there with a bunch of girls that are older than you and feel like you make a mistake, and it's like it depends on that. But I just want them to look up to me that you make a mistake, you have to move on from it and try again next time.
Perfect. Parker?
It's kind of like the same as Haylie. I like them to look up at me because I used to look up at the seniors that used to be on the team, and it feels good for them to look up at me.
You know, kind of going off of that, whenever it comes to practice or even in-game situations, whenever those younger girls, I mean, they have to step up, but softball is a game to where you see a lot of younger players throughout. I mean, you see those 7th and 8th graders that are playing up at that level. How do you kind of, as a team, make them feel comfortable like they're a part of you all, whether obviously they're not in high school with you all day long and you don't see them every day, but you will see them in practice, see them in games, and how do you make them feel comfortable?
I make them feel like they're my family, like they're close friends. Whenever they feel like they're scared to do something, I'll do it with them. They feel like they haven't done something, I'll teach them how to do it.
Perfect.
We praise them after they make a good play or good hit, or if they mess up, we don't discourage them. We try to help them up with that.
Awesome.
I'd kind of like to know what the over and under is on Taylor Swift songs on the bus.
There are a lot of those.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
There's a lot of
over
Taylor
8.5.
Swift.
Over 8.5 for sure. Well, let's talk about that team chemistry. We alluded to the fact that you're young girls. Have you got to know everybody? And is everybody a close knit group now? And do you guys have a lot of fun, or is it just all serious?
It's a lot of fun.
My philosophy in life is if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. And these girls have a great time. They've been very welcoming to the young girls. And, I'll watch them be running with one of them if they have to run poles or whatever. And one of the upperclassmen which just happens to be freshmen and sophomores, but they will be running with one of them, or they'll be, and one of the things is nobody warms up with the same partner every day to try to help facilitate the team building. And they're great about it. They don't whine about it, and we have several girls who have never played softball that have really had to learn from the ground up. And we have a Big Willie Award, which is a big, huge necklace with the logo on it. And I'll catch them. Friday night, they gave it to a girl that had never played before, made 3 fantastic catches in right field. And they're very encouraging and very supportive of each other. And it warms my heart. It shows that the future is going to be bright.
Well, I mean, I talked to Coach Baxter about that off air, and he was telling me that very thing, and that blew my mind. That quick, you could get somebody acclimated to this game, because it's not an easy game, Coach, and that just speaks volumes when it comes to referring to you and Coach Baxter. Girls, you've got some great tutors in this game. One that's really good and was a great player in her time, so I think that just adds to the lure of Dragon softball.
Piece of advice just for me, you all are so young, and I cannot wait to see what you all can do for the next 3 years throughout the rest of your high school experience. Just take it in every day, win or lose, and you all will be successful in the end, and I can't wait to see you all out there.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for taking the time to come in and join us, and after the break, we will have more Sports Connection on the way.